Hello everyone! Welcome back to Gnomoria, the Scarred Land. In our last episode we started working on our Great Hall. We're probably about halfway done, it looks like. This was of course, the beginning Great Hall. Press play and watch our little guys get to work. Of course, a couple of them are idle still. It's probably the crafters who are idle. We need planks. Do we have logs? We probably don't have any logs. I've been neglecting the logs. Let's cut down these trees so we'll have logs to work with. I should probably set logs as a tracked item. New. We'll call it logs. There we go. And yet we have 0 logs and 1. And they'll come and grab that immediately and get to work with it. Okay, so now we hopefully won't run out of logs again. Wonderful, there we go. Get to work, fellas. Get the buildings made to build this. Workbench, chair, and a chisel. Chisel we need stone for. Stone we have plenty of. So that will be made in time. So we can check the total value. The worth is 480. So that's 480 more. We're up to 3430. Not bad. And that's with just the floor. We could also put walls on top of that, but I generally prefer to fill the floor with statues. Statues are worth much more than just about anything else. I'd really like, let's see, our logs are pretty much being taken away as soon as they're being cut. We might want to consider setting one of our gnomes. Let's see, we have woodcutting and carpentry are at 30 for him. Alright, so we're going to set him to a woodcutter. And then we're going to adjust the woodcutter. Okay, yes, he's doing just wood skills and hauling. We'll also tell him to do construction. There we go. Oh, and I'm not sure what grove is considered, but I would like that to be very top priority. And we're going to let him go for now and see. We'll add a couple things here and there. Probably something under agriculture. If he doesn't start working on this, we'll add under woodcutter, agriculture. Let's see, I would guess horticulture. Let's try horticulture first. See if that sparks the planting of trees in our groves. And we're going to get another grove going as well. See, how wide is this one? 7. Okay, we'll do another one at 7. And we'll do pine. That will be our base for lumber. Now, what is he doing? Sleeping. Oh, okay, well, we won't know until he awakes. So for that purpose, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I'd really like to get my own trees planted so I don't have to go outside the walls for logs. Everybody's going to sleep. But the good part is the logs are getting carried off right away. So that means the things I want built are being built. Hopefully not all of them are just being converted into coal. Some of them probably are. Hopefully not all of them. Ah, yes, we are now planting trees. This is... Cellfire is planting trees. Must have run out of other things to do. That is not our woodcutter. I would guess he's still asleep. Yes, sleeping. Okay. I do appreciate Cellfire doing the task of planting the trees. That is very, very appreciated. I also appreciate my lumberjacks who are currently chopping them down, because those are also very appreciated. However, not renewable. Although every tree you chop down, I believe, drops one of these clippings, and you can also remove the clippings under agriculture. You can cut the clippings off of certain trees, like your fruit trees, and use those clippings to plant new ones. The tree will still be there, and in a couple days or a season or whatever, it'll produce more clippings, and then it'll produce fruit. So you kind of slow down the fruit production, but you enable yourself to have more trees producing more fruit. Ah, here we go. It was horticulture. I need to keep that in mind. But he does have groves set as a priority. So we'll work on removing all of the trees in this general area. All of these trees here eventually. Because we can't plant the groves, unfortunately, directly over the current trees. They get in the way. I imagine we have plenty of materials for this now. Now we're still missing almost everything. They must be busy. Workbench needs plank, Making planks, priority's pretty high. We're not even crafting any. Ah, here we go. Yeah. Crafting plenty of these blocks. We still need a lot more. We could also take a little break from that and set some mining up. And of course we'll mine that copper. Bring this tunnel all the way out. There we go. It'll take them a little bit to get through the blue gem here. Raw sapphire. Hopefully this will lead to more ore. Not just copper, but our next tier of ore. And hopefully it will not lead to spawning something that kills us. Everybody... A couple people sleeping. About a third of our people are sleeping. The rest of them are working, of course. I don't think anybody is idle. Nope, nobody is idle. I wonder if I could set that as a tracked item. No, that would be interesting. If you could set your idle gnomes so that you don't have to go into that list and look. Ideally, you would want it job set up so that nobody is ever idle. But until we get all our areas set up for our stockpiles, unfortunately there will be people idle. That being said, we can designate a stockpile for clippings. So if they have nothing else to do, you can start bringing clippings to this area, which will make it easier for the grove workers to plant trees. Instead of going all over the place, they'll just have to come to this one spot. Our map is still free of goblins. I'd like to know when they actually show up, because from then I can estimate approximately when they'll show up just by how far away they are. I'd like to get some axes and pickaxes made before my current ones erode away completely. But I don't want to waste... I mean, I suppose it's not really a waste. More of an investment. Let's see how... Ooh, look at all of this copper that we have uncovered. We're going to resist going too far until we get some torches. And we don't want to get any torches made until this is finished. Still needs everything. What are they doing instead? What are these planks being used for? For a workbench? I don't like how long you are taking. Ah, I think what's happening is they're making different alternating birch and pine, and they need 6 or 8 of one type to make the object. That's why it's taking them so long. I've actually had it happen to me where the stockpile filled up completely of all different kinds of planks, and they weren't able to make the item that I wanted to, so I had to make a stockpile specifically for planks, which I will do. It'll be nice to have several hundred planks on stockpile. Let's just check. Ooh, our grove is coming around very nicely. I will extend these out as I have room. Like so. And that's about as big as they'll get. Our food is still looking good. We probably don't have any apple clippings. This is probably mostly regular clippings. So the next time we open... Ooh, a bear is right outside the wall. So it won't be right... Yes, a bear has been spotted, I see. He will not try to do anything because he can't get to us. But when there's not a bear outside of our walls, the next time we go outside, we're going to clip these trees instead of picking the fruit. Now, clipping a tree that has fruit on it, I believe, yields the fruit as well, which will also double the amount of hauling that we'll need to do. That will come when our gnomes aren't quite so busy and there isn't a bear outside. I do not want to face a bear until everybody at least has a set, or until our warriors who fight have a full set of armor, hands, feet, shoulders, all of that stuff. Don't want a bear to remove a limb for breakfast. That is not the goal. I would really like you guys to get to work on that workbench. The planks went somewhere. Ah, workbench and chair. You're making the chisel now, I hope. Block for chisel. But then the blocks get carried away immediately for construction. Which is why we need another one of these. I could cancel the construction, but they are almost done. And I kind of want to have some value. I'm almost up to 4,000 now. I want to have some value before summer rolls around. We need more workers. You are doing very well down here. It's kind of pointless to extend this one for now, so what we're going to do instead build the other one. Apples. With a high priority. And what we're going to tell them to do for now is not fell the trees, of course not. But we're going to tell them to cut the clippings. So we will get the fruit if the fruit has time to grow, and we will get clippings to plant more trees. Once our grove is full, we will stop collecting the clippings until we have way more fruit than we need, and then we'll collect the clippings for selling. We have fruit on these trees. I want to keep on top of that. As soon as it's ready, forage it. And I do believe that will have a higher priority than the farms, at least some of them. He's diligently planting new seeds. More wheat is needed all the time. Let's check our mining operation. It's looking pretty good. As soon as this is done being built, this stonecutter, which just needs a chisel, in fact, since it just needs a chisel, that's a completely different product. We're going to build our torches so we can continue mining. Always with more mining. There we go. He's probably sleeping. Yep, asleep with the pickaxe in your hand, you scoundrel. At least he had the decency to drop his axe when he went to bed. So if somebody wanted to chop down one of these trees up top for me, if I gave them the order to do so, they'd be able to. And since all of these have now been removed of their fruit, I'm going to cut a few of their clippings so I can get some more of my own trees growing. I'll leave about half. Can't see outside right now. Eventually I'll get torches built outside, so if somebody's, outside my wall, I'll be able to see them. And very soon I will stop hiding behind this wall like a coward, and I will get a door built, and then they will have to smash their way through the door before they can get to me. But by then I will hopefully be able to have troops to meet them, and we will start fighting them, because eventually, like I said, they're just going to tunnel their way through, and then I won't be able to pick where they come. So instead of having that happen, I'll open up the area and let them come in through a certain spot, which I believe I can laden with traps. I believe there are traps. I've never gotten to the point where I used them, as everything I read about them talked about gnomes losing their feet to them, so I never really used them. But I'd like to get to the point where only automatons will move through certain areas, and maybe I'll place traps in those areas, because the automatons are a lot less likely to lose a limb, I believe. And if they do, they can just be repaired very quickly. Alright, our trees are not all getting planted. They must be asleep. Yeah, lots of people asleep. The good news is this has finally been, our stonecutter has finally been finished. Of course, I'm going to add another one right behind him. I have to rotate it again. Every time I exit the game, it resets it. There we go. Now, once this one in the back here is built, I will deconstruct this one that's in the way. And move backwards this way. Of course, there's a lot more mining to do down here. And depending on how many bars we have a pretty nice stockpile of bars. We're probably going to stop on the mining until we get a yak born that we can get a bone from. Now that it's daylight, I want to take a quick look around. The bear is still out there. Now when they have the tunneler, the goblins will not just wait around. They will come right for me. No mercy. But that looks like it's going to be in the next episode. We'll give them another minute or two to show up. Till then, everybody here is working pretty well. You are building, of course, torches and the like. You're still smelting. I think I will place, it won't get built, but I will start placing my metalworking buildings. The first one I believe we will need is the blacksmith. Anvils are made. Hearth bellows. Yes, we have all the buildings that make all of those. The anvil is made here at the smelter. Or the forge, excuse me. The smelter is the building that breaks down old weapons and pretty much anything you want it to. And we will set the overview to automatically smelt worn items. Should do that before the goblins start showing up with worn items to smelt. And of course the bellows is made with blocks, and the bellows is made with wood in the shop, and the hearth is made in the stonecutter shop, or in the stonemason. Right now they're doing the chisel for that. The stonecutter I've already placed. That will probably get built first. If not, it's fine. Whenever they get built. With our blacksmith built, we will be able to build items that are needed for our armorer and weaponsmith. What do they call it? Armorsmith. Let's take a quick look. Weaponsmith and armorer, right. And then of course there's the metalworker, which we will also build. Not yet. We went to the blacksmith is built. The metalworker will build statues that will increase the value of our kingdom, or statuettes, which we can use for value to sell to merchants and for other items. Eventually it becomes kind of a cycle. You're buying ore from the merchant, smelting it, turning it into bars, and then from those bars you're creating jewelry or statues or other items. And your gnomes are so talented in the crafting that the items they're making are significantly more valuable than the ore that you used. So you end up making a profit basically out of nothing. We are almost finished here. The wood is going to be... The applewood plank isn't going to be done until I actually chop down some apple trees. And I will need 6 of those. They're still planting these. I really don't want to cut down the ones inside my wall. I'll cut them down and then I'll have like 1 or 2 apples short of food to get through winter, and then we'll die. And I'll be like, why did I cut down those trees? I should plant more trees and I can cut down all the trees I want. I know that's not really ecological. Take another quick look. Yes, you are finally being constructed. So now, I need to add one more layer. Once the mining is done down here, which I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. So like I said, we have plenty of bars now, and we don't really have much to do with them until we can get the other ingredients that we need to make armor. So we're going to clear him of his work. Clear up this area here for moving of this stonecutter, even though he's currently being used. That is because I have him set to repeat. Oh no, I don't. That's the wrong building. I have him set to repeat. The other guys, not so much. I can probably go ahead and just change that now. turn off your build order. Cancel. I gotta click it and then cancel. And once that is mined, we will go ahead and deconstruct that. But that'll do it for this episode, so I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.